Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some motion tracking with video over the top. It's a 3D camera tracker that we're going to be using. So to get you caught up to the point where I am, we're going to go to Effect. After you've pulled in your video, of course, you're going to go New Composition, make a new composition. In that new composition, you can import video by going Import File. Once you have your file imported, you'll drag it down to your composition. When it's in your composition, you will click on it, and you will go up to Effect. You'll go to Perspective, and then 3D Camera Tracker. It's going to take a little bit of time for After Effects to track the points three-dimensionally within your video. But once it does, you'll have in your effect controls over here, you'll have all the little plus signs pop up. Scrub up to the point that you would like to track. What you can do is you can hold your mouse over it, and some points are better than others. You'll see that some of these points down here are tracking on a plane that is sideways, and that's not going to be useful if you're trying to put video on the wall. When you select a point that you would like to use, click on it, right click, and what you're going to be doing is you can create a null and a camera will be your option. A null layer and a 3D tracking camera. This will pop up down below in your composition. Once it's in your composition, you'll import the video that you would like to put on the wall. So I will import, in this case, a video of Vin. We'll take and we will pull that video to the top layer of our videos. You'll probably want to find a clip that is longer than the length of the clip that you are using. So in this case, it's only about 3.5 seconds, but that's okay. We can work with it. What you're going to want to do is make it a three-dimensional layer. To do that, if this isn't here, you'll want to toggle your switches until you can click on this box. What you'll then be able to do is manipulate that video into three-dimensional space. I'm going to pull this video over to this area so that we may be able to manipulate it a little bit. Okay, so let me actually pull this in here and we'll pull one over. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we'll make it three-dimensional. Once it's in 3 dimensions, we can manipulate it around. So let me shrink it down just a little bit, and we'll get it in position relative to where we want it to be. We'll then parent that video to the null track, and we'll make it three-dimensional. What you can then do is start to fit that video within the picture frame. You're going to have to work with the Y and the X and the Z. You're going to want to push it back further to the wall. One of the other things is go into your transform controls. What you're going to want to do is mess with that Z rotation to a degree. You can then shrink it down such that it is in the frame area. And it takes a little bit of time to do, but once you have it, you'll be okay. You then can go back just to where the video starts and check your work, and you'll notice that there might be a little bit of changes that you need to do. You'll see that it kind of slides from left to right. You can then make adjustments as you see fit to position it exactly where it needs to be. If it slides out too far, just push it back a little bit further using the Z axis. Make it a little bit bigger, push it back down. It's a matter of getting the perspective. and it's going to take a little bit of time to work with it until it gets exactly how you want it. Okay? Once you've worked with it, what you can do is duplicate the layer. To do that, you just go Control-C, Control-V, and you'll be able to post in other layers until you have your finished product. You'll see that having multiple layers is actually a pretty good thing, because then you can actually change your perspective as it moves down the hall. Once you have got your video on the wall, you can add it to the render queue, render it out, and you'll be able to turn it in.